Hey y'all, quick little update. I have not been here in a while. Back to the diary vlogs. I'm good, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling like pleasant. I've literally, by God's grace, um, it's getting close to those dates. I just received the message, sorry. By God's grace, I got a little, a little something, a little package from Lashify, a little PR package because on my birthday I added them because my friend that works at Lashify, Patrice, bless her so much, gave me these lashes, blue and purple. They so good, they look so fun, and I put them on, and then on my birthday I wore them. I had Lashify and they reached out, so they were like, oh my goodness, like we'd love to send you something and you can do like a video. And I was like, of course, like, bro, get me on that PR list. So that's that. I'm trying to like figure out what I'm gonna do for content for them, but that's gonna be for tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow is tomorrow. Instead, you know what I mean? When I wake up, because I was gonna film it tonight, but then I was like, it's dark. Obviously, I've got my bright, massive light, and I've got this, but then I wanted to give natural, natural lighting coming in, and like the way I want to do the video. So I was like, let me just wait until tomorrow. Let me wake up, and it'll give me a reason to wake up on time because I've got something to do, so I can start my day early and be productive. Um, but yeah, that's been that. Overall, like I guess like life-wise, spiritually, because I guess like I always come in, sorry, I'm just wearing my panties and stuff and this oversized top, so girl, I ain't trying to let you see my cootie cutter. Okay. Spiritually, because I feel like everything sort of proceeds spiritually, and for me, like it's a big part of like my life, girl. I feel like spiritually recently I haven't been, oh girl, I've been, these past couple of weeks have been backsliding. Baby girl has been, has been given playing with the cat, playing with the poussoir, the cookie, little yeah. Release, don't do it. Why did you go through it? Release, don't do it. Why did you have to go? But it was given that very much, and just like speaking to strangers, perfect, oh, girl. It's given very much that, and I'm like, oh, girl. And I was watching something. Well, I was reading something. Yeah, I don't know. I'm in this phase where I'm really trying to understand certain stuff and things myself and everything included. But I was reading something where it was talking about like how repetition, trauma, and other things kind of like switch up the mind or some. Girl, if I get it up, I'm gonna read it to y'all. But how like you can change someone through trauma. Obviously, we know repetition and whoopty whoopty woo. And I was like, I do not want the to be a repeated process because that's not it. We do not want to get stuck in the cycle of lust and trapped in it. But obviously, some people will be like, oh, girl, y'all body, expressing your body, like touch yourself, feel yourself. But then at the same time, I feel like I wrote it in my notes somewhere. It's like, it's nice and cute in the moment and everything, but then I'm like, God, please forgive me because I just sinned. You know what I mean? And it kind of felt like a sedation. It kind of felt like I was sedating myself doing it. I think I expressed this before, where like you know what you're doing is wrong, but in the moment it feels good, but then it's kind of like because it's been a repeated process of things, and you don't feel afterwards. You don't feel like I guess like there's a form of neglect somewhere that I'm dealing with that it's given like some form of release, but then the release isn't given like a health, not a health, it's like a healthy release, but not a healthy release, healthy spiritual release in a sense. You know what I mean? And then you feel shit about what you did, but then at the same time, you don't also feel quite, you feel bad and you know that it's bad, but then also in your mind, you're kind of like numb to it and numb to the pain to a certain degree, and it feels like sedation almost, and like a fog. But yeah, that that's been going on with me. And what else? I feel like sometimes I be speaking in code, I be speaking in riddles here, and I'm like, riddle me this, riddle me that. That's happened, and I kind of felt shit about it, kind of like bad about it and stuff. And the chat rooms, girl. Not the chat rooms, not me being a whore. No, I wasn't a whore. But like, you know, when you're on stuff like Monkey and stuff, and like the Negroes be coming, y'all be chatting, and we talking, and then they be like, "Do you have Snap?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do have Snap." And then, yeah, one thing leads to another, and then they're showing their wiener, but I ain't show mine, you know. I don't show none, but they be, you know, I be egging it on. Yeah. Very messy, very dirty. That's what it's been giving. Very sketty, very slutty. But anyhow, um, she really said, "I'ma confess my sins on this live, and I'ma say everything. What about it?" But anywho, yeah. Other than that, like I've had my birthday. I don't know if I came on live and I spoke about my birthday. My birthday was such a blast. Um, there was so much love. Love is in the air. Da, na, 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 love is in the air. I know the Christians would be like, you should not be going to the club. But girl, on my birthday, I was a bit tipsy, I'm not gonna lie. But ooh, we had a ball. We had a ball. We had a key because it's like everyone that I knew that I love was there. The love was just so beautiful, and we were dancing like everybody was dancing. Like it was a vibe. Just like the energy was just in the room, and I just loved that. I just love being in a motive where everyone's just dancing, everyone's just vibing, everyone's just feeling each other, and just like you know, it's just beautiful. So yeah, 10 out of 10. I did like my birthday. I was hella drunk though, but I threw up. Rita took me to the bathroom. I was like, threw up. I came back out and I was like, let's dance again, let's party. Yeah, it was fun. But yeah, that's literally been it. I feel like right now, I'm loving and I'm trying to appreciate what God's doing in my life. And I'm not going to say I've been reading my Bible. I have not been reading my Bible as much, but like I'm trying to figure stuff out. I guess like sometimes it feels like I'm trying to figure stuff out on my ones and by myself, but I'm trying to figure out stuff out with the process of God and like what he's doing in my life. Obviously, I mentioned how I don't know if in the last live I mentioned how during like the housing thing that I was going through, in regards to like the single people homelessness thing through like the council and everything. I went for the viewing and then the woman was like, you need to give us the update at 4 o'clock that day, and I ended up rejecting it because I was like in this place where I was like in my mind where I was like I felt like, oh my goodness, like I should leave. Maybe I can depend on God and he will open a door if I leave and he will do something miraculous in my life whilst I leave this house. But at the same time, like reality was really screaming, girl, you have no money. Like, girl, you have no money. Like, you is in overdraft right now. So, why are you moving out? You gonna be moving out with no money? Is you for real? So, that's what was on in the back of my mind. In the back of my mind, girl, Mr. DVD or whatever his name is, child, anyhow. Um, but yeah, that was just in the back of my mind. So I rejected the place, and my caseworker even messaged me, and she was like, I was speaking to my colleague, did you reject the place? And I was like, I just messaged her back today and was like, yes, I did, because I can't afford it. Girl, I'm in overdraft. How am I going to move out? And what's going to be to my name? But then in my mind, at the same time, I was thinking, God's going to provide. I don't know how he's going to do it, but he's going to do it somehow, some way. But then I spoke to people and I was speaking to my sister and she was like, come on, like, let's use wisdom and let's not be wise, because if you move out, you'll be digging a deeper hole for yourself because you do not have no money and you'll be moving out. And I was like, fair enough, fair enough. She was like, just stay home, get yourself out of debt, and then save some coin and then move out. And I was like, yeah. I feel like right now, you know, when you don't want to focus on debt, the issues of debt and like finances and money so much. But in this economy, it be giving hello. Um, the debt and the everything be outside the door like, I just came to say hello. Wow, 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 wow. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like right now I'm just like, oh my goodness, like I don't want money is like kind of the focus right now, but then at the same time it's like I ain't trying to let that be the main focus, especially when it comes to like creative goals that I have and like my aspirations, my hopes and my dreams, even though money is included. I ain't trying to, sorry, I just want to smell my pits, girl, because I need to go shower for real. Pits were moving a bit sweaty. Um, but I don't want it to be a thing where it's kind of like sometimes in my mind it can like feel like, oh my gosh, like I don't have money so I can't do this, like, but I don't want that to be the case. Like, girl, I'm a I'm a girls, but I need to cut down on the swearing. I'm a frugal gal, so we need to make things work. We need to, God will provide. If God's gonna provide, He gonna make some stuff work, and He's gonna do some shifting for me to get stuff done. You know what I mean? And that's on period. Um, and giving me the right mindset and the wisdom to navigate what I need to do creatively. In regards to my creative passions and stuff and the project that I want to come out with, I need to pay my friend, and I'm just like, oh god, so much is going on this month. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do? The overdraft. The overdraft is almost eating 1K. My sister, what am I going to do now? It's just a lot, you know what I mean? I'm just like, if someone can give me like 2K right now, that would really work. It really helped me. But like, there's so much going on this month, but then it's so funny. It's just crazy. Like this Saturday, we've got a hike, and then there's a gala coming up. There's, I think, my friend that last year that I did the makeup for her like movie thingy. I think the premiere of that's coming up. So I'm so blessed, and like I'm thinking of all the opportunities that I've had this year. Even though I'm like, they haven't been a lot, but like the stuff that I've done, like the Pianoville ad, um, this recent ad that we're doing, like I've been in so many ads this year. Well, not a lot, but then it's kind of like I've been in so many. They feel like so many right now to me. And it's like, oh God, I thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much for your kindness and your grace. Because at times I do be thinking like, how can God bless me even when I'm not doing well? In like regards to my spiritual life, I feel at times I feel like I'm not doing well. I'm not praying as much and stuff. And you know, I'd be questioning, God, you know, with the so and so ad, because that was another thing that came up with the fluid ad that I went to go do. And you know, how my sexuality and my faith and my identity in Christ and all of those things and like what it represents. If Sorry, I just keep smelling my pits because I'm trying to see if my pits like are sweaty. How like if it aligns with like Christ, my identity, this is journey that I'm doing, but I did it anyways, and it's kind of like, yeah, certain opportunities I do question. Like I was like, oh my gosh, is this from God or is this from the enemy? But then at the same time, I don't want to necessarily think like that. You know what I mean? And the whole thing about like, personally, as I said, mentioned before, the past like few weeks slash months, I haven't been the best quote unquote girl Christian, or living like, I don't know. It feels like sometimes I haven't been living fruitfully, you know, in regards to the sins that I've been committing behind closed doors. So why would God want to bless me, but then He constantly keeps on blessing me? And I guess like it's just showing of His love, but then also showing of His love so much that He loves me and helps you know that this is wrong. So don't do that. Don't take the neck, you know. Don't take the piss. Um, so yeah, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Um, yeah. What a mighty God we serve. You know, angels bow before Him, heaven and earth adore Him. What a mighty God we serve. Hallelujah. Amen. But other than that, yeah, that's literally been live so far. I'm trying to think what else has happened. I think I mentioned in my previous video my digital diary. I went to my cousin's games night and it was cute. I love how the family is slowly getting together. Like, I guess, like, because we're in our adult years, like, I'm actually an adult, guys. Like, I was a teen not so long ago. Like, I was literally in secondary school not so long ago, and now I'm an adult. I'm in this adult life, like in this adult phase of my life where, like, I'm actually, girl, you gotta form them connections and make them connections work with our cousins. Like, obviously, I used to go to my cousins back in the day, but, like, you know how, like, the parents and the family there's always tension and divide and just beef going on, but like us as the younger gen, how we're really like slowly coming together, linking up, like having my cousin Karen like having her little party for her husband and inviting all the cousins, and that's like really sweet, and it's just like cute, and I thank God for that. I really do thank God for that. Like, I do. I just was in my mind saying, like, is this feeling performative because I'm on the camera? But no, like, this is actually genuine. Like, I do, I guess, like, thank God. I thank Jesus for that, because it's nice to have that relationship with your family because they're your family. And I guess, like, not necessarily having that from a young age as much. With, like, my intermediate family, um, but like it's getting better, and like having it with like our family in regards to like my cousins and stuff, and that being built is beautiful, because like as we grow older, it's just gonna grow and blossom by the grace of God into something so beautiful and so something so magnificent. um I guess like this is a message of gratitude as well, that I can look back over and watch, and I just want to say a big thank you to God. Thank you, Jesus. Oh girl, we gonna cry. And like I thank you to like everyone in my life and the people that I've met. Like I've met so many beautiful people. At times I do find it hard. I it feels hard to like when I come across especially people who like automatically come up to me and like, oh like sis, and like can like I guess like relate to me based on like either the queer experience. I find it hard to like be like, girl, like this is going into another conversation, but like you know when like someone comes up to you and like, hey girl, like who you with? Like they just like come up to me, and like I find it hard sometimes to be like, right now I'm kind of like battling. I'm not battling, but like I'm in this phase where I'm trying to give up like my identity to Christ and surrender that. You know what I mean? And have that conversation with them. So sometimes I'm just like, sometimes I try to shy away from them interactions, but then it's like no. I'm done even like if I'm making sense from what I'm trying to say. But like, yeah. I guess like overall, yeah, sorry, I just you know when you're thinking something and then you just that did not make any sense, but to me it made sense. But at the same time it didn't make sense. I guess like the fear of trying to explain myself of what I'm going through right now and my identity, um, kind of like once like when it comes to certain like places and like people, I try to shy away from them because I don't want to necessarily expose that bit of myself and that journey that I'm on. Um, in regards to like receiving like a whole bunch of reasoning and questioning as to why I believe the things that I do. Would you call that cowardice or whatnot? But I don't know, girl. But like, I guess like in regards to like sexuality and faith, it is a touchy subject. But yeah, it's something that I really want to explore more and just like have more conversations about with people that I meet that, you know, will be like, hey girly, and then I'm like, hey girly, what's poppin'? And then when we start talking about relationships, I'm like, oh, yeah, girl, I'm kind of like battling it right now of having one thing and having another, you know what I mean? But yeah, just having an open conversations and stuff. But yeah, before that, I was gonna say, I'm thankful to God for all of the interactions that I've had, and the people that I've met, and the friendships that I've made, and I'll continue to make. And to God be to God be the glory, and I pray that He's in all the future interactions, and the present ones that I have right now, in regards to building them, strengthening them, and opening us up to His glory and to His favor and to His light, and to what it means to walk with Him. It's a beautiful experience to be able to connect with so many individuals from all parts and all walks of life, depending on what they're going through. And just to sit down, connect, vibe, talk, speak, laugh, kiki, cry, joke, banter, like together. Um, yeah, it's amazing. Even like with our hike group, I need to be more present on my hikes because sometimes I could be. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. Sometimes I could be so because I'm like mud, grass. I'm like, but like the interactions that I can have with people and the people that I meet on our hikes, like the people that I've met, Rita, like so many creative individuals that are so like inspiring to me. Um, and yeah, just a light, a beacon of light in my life and to everyone around them. So I like that and I thank God for that. And I thank God for the community of people that I'm meeting and building and growing. And I just pray that it continues to flourish and it continues to give him the glory, you know what I mean? In whatever we do, you know, I pray. Because sometimes, humans, we try to give ourselves the glory, But like I pray that it continues to give him the glory. But also, a pat on the back to ourselves as well. Like, yeah, we did that. Well, we did that with his help. So that is me. That is my journey so far. Yeah. So we got this last 5 videos to record today because it's 12:14 a.m. And yeah, I can't wait to do that. I'm excited. The package is just there. I haven't opened it yet. I want to like open it whilst for the unboxing. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm gonna go upstairs, even though it's 12:15. I'm gonna go make myself some fufu and have it with okra soup. And yeah, even though, oh girl, I got into it with my mum. It was so rough. Like, that's a whole nother. I don't want to end this live on like a kind of like a negative sense, but then so let's talk about it. I got into with my mum like just a couple hours ago. Um, Basically, girl, I hit her with my clothes. Like my laundry, I hit her with the laundry. It's so rough. I hit her with the laundry, pushed her with the laundry. I was just hitting her with the laundry, hitting her with the laundry. And like, I ended up crying. Like, I was just like, why do you do this? Like, why do you leave me alone? Like, it's not in me to like hurt her, to fight her, to like shout at her, to like cuss her out and everything. Because it's kind of like I'm tired, like I'm done with it. Constantly screaming at me, shouting at me, just treat me so, being mean to me is kind of like, why are you not tired? I am tired, you know what I mean? I'm tired of it. With the whole laundry situation, my laundry was just like on the sofa, and I don't know if it's an ADHD thing or something, but like I don't like it at times when I come back home and I've like packed up my laundry. I know it can be my fault. I can leave my laundry hanging there for quite some time and then, but I know in the back of my mind that I would go get it, but I won't go and get it and bring it into my room unless my room is clean, because then when my room's a mess, and then when I come back here, and sometimes I come back home and my mum's just dashed my laundry on my floor, like brought my laundry, just dashed it on the floor, and I've come back home and I've seen my laundry on the floor and my room's kind of like untidy or a mess. It does something to me. So like, I like it to have my room clean and know that in the back of my mind, okay, my room's clean, so therefore I can go get my laundry. You know what I mean? I want to and it's bad for me to be like, do this and work on my own timing, but I want to be able to be the one to go get my laundry and fold it, instead of the surprise of like coming in my room and seeing like the mess on the floor of her bringing my laundry and chucking it on the floor, right? Which is just unnecessary. So that's what she did today. She came and she's like, take your laundry, like take your stuff, like, and just chucked it on the floor. But I was like in the process of cleaning my room and stuff. And I was like, no. I picked up my laundry and I put it back, I took it back into the living room, I put it on the sofa. I was like, can I leave my laundry here? Basically, like, I get it, like, it was on the sofa, can you just leave it there? Once I finish cleaning my room, I'll come get the laundry stuff. No, take your stuff. You know how she is. Take your stuff, like going off on me, like, oh, you're gonna find your clothes out on the street. Blah, blah, blah. Start throwing my things on the ground. Start kicking it. And to be honest, I don't have energy to argue with her. I'm tired of arguing with her. I can't be asked. But like, and even when I was like throwing my laundry out, putting her on the chair, and she was like throwing on the floor and kicking it, like, and then I started hitting her with it and started throwing it in her face. I was like tired. It was taking me effort to do it. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but you know when you're over it and you're just tired and you just don't want to do that. But I was just like throwing at her, I was just like, why? Why do you treat me like this? Why do you do this? Like, why? And then I just like left. And then I came back downstairs and I was crying for a bit. Then I went back upstairs and then she was like taking laundry. And then she came back in here and I guess, did I go collect her? She came in here and she threw it on the floor or something. And then I just ended up folding it. But yeah, that was that. It was just a mess. And then stuff like that. When there's stuff like that happens, I'm like, well, I should have just moved out. But then I'm like, shit. Where the money resides, I need the money. But yeah, guys, that unfortunately is the end of my little digital diary. I just keep on growing with good news. I feel like sometimes it's a bit, you know, sometimes I have the news where it's like, what's going on in my life? And then other times I'm just like, oh. But yeah, so many great things are happening. Yeah, and I'm excited. Can't wait to update you with some more stuff. Obviously, I'm so proud of my friends and I for starting this hike group that we have. And just everything that's happening with that is so beautiful. And just the growth of it, it's just going up and up. And I thank God, honestly, thank Christ, thank you, Jesus, for just the idea, just being the foothold that is holding this all together and just being there, just holding this company, I guess. Not a company, but like, you know, like this organization that we've got together. I just love it. I just want to say thank you to him. So shout outs to the big man and shout outs to us for doing our thing, for real. And just all the amazing things that are happening, about to happen, and have happened. Yeah. Hasta luego. I'm gonna go make myself some fufu and some okra soup. The okra soup is already done. I'm gonna go make myself some fufu. I don't know, and it's 20 minutes past 12 a.m. I know. What can I say? Good night and good rhythms. Signing out from my diary. Oh, and I need to go get my nails redone, but yeah. These were my birthday nails. I don't know if I showed them. That's gone. But yeah, they're grown. But yeah. Ciao.